What's up, everybody? Nathan here with the Youth Ministry Minute. It has been a while since I've done these videos, and I apologize. I'm hoping to do more of these now. I'm getting settled in, tons of stuff to share with you. So I hope if you end up watching this live, or if you end up watching this later, that all your questions are answered. Or I just hope that you're informed and you know about what's going on within our denomination and in different presbyteries and events and ideas and things like that, and that we are gearing up. 2018 is close. It is almost time for Merry Christmas. I hope all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So let me share a few things that are coming up in 2018. And a few things that are wrapping up 2017. So, first things first, I want to talk to you about CPYC June 24th through the 29th, 2018, Bethel University. So excited about this year and what our theme is, and I can't wait for all of you, though a few of you may already know. I can't wait for all of you to find out who our keynote speaker is. I think it's going to be one of our best years yet. I'm very excited about it. So I hope you are making plans to join us June 24th through the 29th at Bethel University for the Cumberland Presbytery Youth Conference. We've got a great event being planned out as we speak. I have my minions over here working on it. I don't really, but I am excited about it. A part of CPYC, though, the last couple of springs leading up to CPYC, we have done a preview event that is for anyone in your youth group. Our idea is hopefully to share a little bit about CPYC with people who might not know about it, or who have heard about it but not know what it is. And so they are invited to this one-day experience where they get to come and learn more about CPYC, but also have a day of play and worship and recreation and a small group. And really, it's just a preview to, it's a day of CPYC. And this spring, we've got two of those happening in both pretty unique places, both excited to host these. The first one is going to be at Camp Cumberland in South Greenfield, Missouri, and it's going to take place during their retreat. So how cool is that? That we are having a one-day CPYC kind of experience in the midst of a spring retreat that's taking place in Missouri. So if you're going to that retreat, we are excited to be able to share with you a little bit about CPYC, but also help to build the environment for that retreat a little bit too. So it's kind of unique for us. Typically, we're just hosting at a church or something, so this is a little bit different, but we're excited, and I can't wait to see everybody march in Missouri for that. The second one-day event is going to be at Tusculum CP Church, April 14th, and Nashville, Tennessee. Some of you have probably heard of that area. I hear it's gracious and growing. Old Nashville. That's actually the motto of my hometown. But anyway, Nashville's booming, and we're excited to host a one-day event. That event, like all of our one-day events, are going to be free. Like I said, the unique part about the one in Missouri is it's tied to a retreat, so that's different, that's separate. But the one-day event in Nashville, it's free. You can bring your youth, bring your leaders, have a great time. We'll give out some CPYC gear. We'll have a great time worshiping together and learning together and playing together, and I can't wait to share with all of your students and your leaders more about what we do as CPYC and the impact it can have on them upcoming this summer. So that's CPYC. I love sharing about it. The next thing is there is tons of events coming up within different presbyteries and synods, and so I just wanted to share a few of those things. You probably have heard of them, but maybe you haven't, so maybe this way you've heard of them and you can get plugged in. in a few weeks, December 16th through the 18th, Tennessee Synod is hosting a Christmas young adult retreat, Christmas at the Springs. It's at Crystal Springs Camp, and you are welcome and invited to go to that. If you are a young adult, December 16th through the 18th, and Crystal Springs Camp, it's my favorite campground. Of course, I'm a little biased. That's the one I went to as a kid, and luckily I still get to go and participate and help out at events at Crystal Springs. But you're going to love it too if you've never been. They're going to have a great Christmas themed time, and so you can find out more information. I'll make sure once I post this video to include all the links to all these things. So that's a young adult event. A couple other things that you might be interested in if you are still a youth, leaving young adult things in a little bit. I'll talk about one other young adult thing soon. But there are several youth retreats getting ready to take place, or conferences in January. So in January, Trinity Presbytery at Camp Gilmont's having their winter retreat. I think that's the 13th through the 15th. Cumberland Presbytery is hosting their winter retreat January 12th through the 14th. And then Grace Convo, which lots of you have gone to, and it's an awesome event held in Gatlinburg every year, January 12th through the 15th. So those are some awesome youth retreats. We're excited about all the young people being able to get together in their different areas and places and learning about God and just having a great time together. And we're excited about those events coming up. One other young adult thing that I wanted to tell you about is very soon there's going to be registration open for the Young Adult Ministry Council is hosting a young adult retreat at Montgomery Bell State Park, our birthplace in Dixon, Tennessee, and that's happening in March. You can find information for that. It's going to be around $70, $75 for the retreat. It's going to be a great time. It's a denominational gathering of young adults. We'd love for you to come, stay in the cabin at beautiful Montgomery Bell State Park, and hang out with us and have a good time. So I hope that you'll make plans for that. It's towards the end of March. I think it's the 23rd through the 25th. Sorry, I didn't write it down. But all that information, like I said, will be posted. So that's a bunch of events and things like that I wanted to share with you all, and I hope that you'll be thinking about it. A couple other things that I wanted to share with you all is, if you don't know, one of the things that I do as a part of the discipleship ministry team is I go to different presbyteries, different churches, and I offer different types of training. All of us do on the discipleship ministry team, and we call this Discipleship Blueprints, and it's a way to kind of shape a framework for a workshop where we kind of tailor it based on your need. We have workshops already ready to go, but maybe you're looking for a specific kind of training or something. We work with you to try to develop what works best for your congregation or your presbytery or whatever else you're looking for. There's several of them that I have ready to go that I would love to help with if you're looking for this kind of training. We have a safe sanctuary training that we do, and we can help you kind of think that through a little bit more. We have a social media training. If you're interested in that, I can help you with that and plan for that. And then finally, I am working on, and I'm going to tell you about some of these training opportunities for youth workers who are part-time, full-time, or your youth workers that are volunteers, people who are a part of it. They need training. They need help. They need to meet other volunteers, to meet other people doing youth ministry. And we would love for them to come and be a part of these events. But one of them is called APCE, Association of Christian Education, or something like that. Association of Presbyterian Christian Educators. Boom, got it. So that's happening towards the end of January next year in Louisville, and I am developing a seminar, a workshop for that event that will be geared towards people who are new to youth ministry. It's kind of a beginner's guide, and I hope to have that finalized for APCE and do that, but I would love to be able to offer that to any churches or anybody who is looking for help in that area. I would love to be able to come and offer that workshop along with the Safe Sanctuary or the social media, new media workshop. So anyway, those are some discipleship blueprints, and we have a ton of others. You can go to our website. Like I said, all this information will be listed at the close of this video. And so a few other things. I just want to talk about some training opportunities. If you are someone who is working with young people in the Cumberland Presbyterian denomination, I encourage all of us to go to training events, to do workshops, to hone our craft. It is a professional job, and some of us are volunteers at it, and maybe you need some encouragement. Maybe you just need to hear a good word or some training with people who are doing the same thing as you. So this is what this is for, and I'm going to lay out some different events that are happening in 2018 that I would encourage you to look into and think about being a part of. The first one I already mentioned was APCE, and that's January 31st through February 3rd in Louisville, Kentucky. Association of Presbyterian Christian Educators. It's a great event. I went last year and I loved it. It's a smaller, but tons of great workshops and tons of great ideas, and I'm excited about getting able to participate and offer my own kind of workshop while I'm there, but I'm looking forward to just plugging in and seeing what else is going on in the minds of Christian educators. The Youth Ministry Leadership Exchange, that happens in Atlanta, February 6th through the 8th, and that's a time for youth ministry leaders to come together and exchange ideas, to hear from one another, to sit and learn from people, but also to share and gather with one another. The Princeton Youth Forum is happening April 24th through the 27th. This is at Princeton Theological Seminary, and like I said, I'll offer some points to that. There is a larger youth pastor summit that actually happens in multiple cities, and one of the great things about it is a condensed training, so you might not get the long-winded training that you might get at other places, but it's free. It's free to go, so that's awesome. You have to register for it, but it is free to go. And those are happening in Orlando in March 19th through the 20th, in Dallas April 9th through the 10th, in Southern California April 16th through the 17th, and in Nashville the 23rd through the 24th of April. So I hope you'll look into those, Youth Pastor Summit. Another thing I wanted to share with you is we are going to do a CP Youth Worker Retreat again. We did one or this year, I should say, this year in Florida, Blue Horizon Retreat Center, looking at August again. So just kind of put that in your head as you think about participating in it. We would love, this is just a time for us to share with one another what we're doing in youth ministry, but also to just relax, to just hang out, to build a community with each other who are in youth ministry. And that's for anybody in youth ministry in the CP Church. That doesn't matter if you're a paid worker with youth or if you're a volunteer. We'd love for you to be a part of that and come to that. And lastly, in 2018, the National Youth Worker Convention just happened in Memphis in November. It'll be in St. Louis next year, November 15th through the 18th. For me, I would never miss it. It's probably my favorite leadership training for youth ministry. There are tons that I've been to, and they're all great. Any kind of training, you always get something out of it, but there's just something about the magnitude of the Youth Worker Convention, 3,000 youth workers all getting together, great speakers, great seminars, a great exhibit hall. So I hope that you'll make plans to think about coming to that. And finally, the last thing I wanted to share with all of you, besides the CPYC One Day and CPYC this next summer, and the training and the upcoming youth events and the blueprints and the workshops, is we are planning a youth evangelism conference. It will be happening in 2019, and it will be in Nashville, Tennessee. There's going to be tons of other details coming out, but I wanted to get everybody informed to know that we are doing a YAMC again. The last one happened in 2015, and it was a great event that we had in Louisville, Kentucky, and we are looking forward to once again doing YAMC in 2019 in Nashville, Tennessee. So keep your eyes peeled, looking for that information. I'll make sure to communicate that out as soon as I have more information. So that's all I've got today. It's always longer than a minute, I know, but thank you all for watching, if you're live or whoever will be watching this, and I'm looking forward to the youth ministry planning and training and all the stuff that's happening within our denomination. If I can ever be of help to you in the youth ministry or in young adult ministry, please let me know. Maybe I should mention one thing about young adult ministry beyond the retreat that's happening at Crystal Springs. And there is another, Michael, thank you for showing up, because it reminded me that beyond the retreat that's happening at Montgomery Bell in March, there's another young adult retreat happening at Camp Clark Williamson at the beginning of next year in January. So find more information about that. I'll make sure to list that out. So thank you all so much. So excited about what's happening in our churches and in our denomination. And like I said, if I can ever be a service to you or help to you, please let me know. And make sure that you share this video with people. And I look forward to working with all of you very soon. And if I don't see you before, Merry Christmas.